All right, what is up, boys? It is Caleb Hammett, aka the Drip King, and I told you guys we're gonna be back with posting consistently on YouTube. The last few weeks we weren't going too crazy with it because we had our first 2 games of the season, but boys, we are back after it. We started off the season 2-0, so we're excited about that. But today I thought I wanted to make a little video pretty much just talking about my full lacrosse story. If you guys are real ones, you know way back I made a little bit of a video on this, but I just kind of wanted to talk to you guys about how I went from playing I went all in lacrosse in like 7th grade. I got cut from the team. I pretty much quit completely, and then how I went to playing D1 from that, because I know a lot of you guys are in like that middle school to high school range, and you guys can learn a lot from my story. And I think also it's good to see someone that was kind of in your shoes and went through the same steps to get to like D1, because I know that's where a lot of you guys want to get to. So I started playing lacrosse in like 2nd or 3rd grade. I always loved playing it, but I was playing football, wrestling, hockey, even baseball for a little bit. I was pretty much playing every single sport and did that for about 3 or 4 years. And I got to 6th grade and I had to make a decision on what sports I wanted to play as we got closer to high school. And I thought about it and I was like, you know what? I'm going to go all in on lacrosse and football. So I played football for 1 more year. I was playing lacrosse, just playing town. I wasn't playing club or anything like that. And then going into 7th grade, I was like, you know what? I'm going to drop football. I'm going to go all in on lacrosse. And at the time, I was just at Hanover High School, just a small public high school in Mass, and quit football, was playing lacrosse. And I was like, I want to take this to the next level. Like, I'm good for the town level. I'm going to go play club. So I tried out for the Boston Lacs-Massachusetts. A lot of you guys know that's the team I played for through high school. It was like one of the best club teams in Mass. And at the time, I was an attackman. Never took face-offs before. I was doing all attack. And I tried out, and when I was at tryouts, I was like, oh my God, there is no way I'm going to make the team, because I was just looking at these kids. They're all going to private school, like twice the size of me, and a lot of them were just way better. And a lot of these kids had been doing only lacrosse for years, and I had been playing like every single sport. So I go to tryouts, doesn't go great, and I came back, and I was like, oh my God. And somehow I made the lowest level team of Lacs-Massachusetts. I think it was called like Lacs-Massachusetts Green. So I did 1 summer circuit on the green team. I didn't really do much, play much. It wasn't really a great experience, but I knew I wanted to. Where is that? So I did 1 summer circuit on like the Lacs-Massachusetts green team. And after that, in August, there was like the callback tryouts where you try out again for the new year. And I cannot lie, I was not confident whatsoever going into it. And long story short, I ended up getting cut from the team. And this was at the end of my 7th grade year, going into 8th grade. And at this point, I was like extremely embarrassed. There were a bunch of kids from like local towns that knew that I didn't make the team. I was getting made fun of for that. It was a hard time, and I really was considering completely quitting lacrosse as a whole. And I remember vividly, there was 1 tournament over the summer where we were playing, I can't remember the team, but I was watching this kid take face-offs. He was number 99, and he was winning every face-off like so clean. I thought it was like such a cool thing. So 8th grade, I was like, you know what? I'm going to use this as motivation to come back. I'm going to switch positions, and I'm going to come back and make Lacs-Massachusetts. So in my head, I was like, I need to play D1 lacrosse. I want to play college lacrosse. And I don't know, for some reason, I had this feeling inside of me that I knew I could do it, even though everyone else didn't think I could. So I started taking face-offs. I really did not know what I was doing. I remember going to the lacrosse store, and I was like, hey, can I get a face-off head? And they gave me like a Tribe 7, which for those of you guys who know, that's not even like a thing anymore. It was probably the most bendy head I've ever used in my entire life. I started taking face-offs. I really had absolutely no idea what I was doing. I watched like a few YouTube videos, like Face-Off Factory, Face-Off Academy, just some stuff like that. And I decided to try out for this team called Hawks Lacrosse. It was like a local team around. I made it, and I did a few fall tournaments in 8th grade for it. I did all right, nothing too crazy. And then one of my buddies from Hanover, he was in the high school program. He told me about the Face-Off Factory with like Joe Nardella. You guys know that I have a pretty good relationship with Joe. But pretty much he took me under his wing, taught me how to take face-offs. I was training nonstop all year. I remember literally being in my backyard with like the phone on like the YouTube app, just playing whistles over and over. And this whole time throughout 8th grade, I was like, you know what? I'm going to get as good as I possibly can at face-offs. I'm going to come back. I'm going to surprise Lacs-Massachusetts, make the team, and like really rewrite my own story. And just to tell you guys, like at this point in my life, it looked like there was literally no chance that I was going to to make any of this happen. But the thing is, you just got to like believe in yourself, trust yourself, keep working. And the thing is, the results won't always come, but it's staying disciplined to the process that's like really important. So I got really much better at face-offs as the year went on. I was training all the time with Joe, and it came to Massachusetts tryouts, and this was in like August, going into my freshman year of high school. I went to the tryouts. I played absolutely great. I was beating all the face-off guys on Massachusetts. I remember after the tryouts, the coaches came up to me and like, who are you? Where'd you come from? You have to play for us. And I told them, I was like, yeah, I played for you guys a couple years ago as an attack. I didn't make it. And I told them that like I was deciding to play for either them or 3D New England, which is the other team I tried out for. And they were like, we're telling you, you got to come play for us. Like you'll be able to go D1, like with how good you are and all this stuff. And at the time I was like, I don't know if I really believe that. But I did decide to play Massachusetts, and this was probably the best decision that I had ever made. So I went into my freshman year fall. I had 3 tournaments. They were in like Maryland, Baltimore, all these different places. And I remember going to these games, and these face-off guys were so good. Like, I did not think I played well at all. I was like, yeah, I'm pretty new to face-offs. I have a lot more to go. But actually, after those tournaments, I got a call from the Army West Point coach, and I ended up going on a visit there. This was my freshman year. And pretty much at this point in time, I literally could not believe that I was visiting a D1 school literally 12 months after getting cut from the team. But at the time, I was like, you know what? Like, this is what I told myself I was going to make happen. I was going to put the work in. No one was going to believe in me, and I was going to make it happen. So I went on a visit there, and I ended up committing there at a very young age. And it was the craziest thing. It was before my freshman year of high school season. I committed to a D1 school. I was like one of the only kids in Mass to do it. And I was committed there for a few years, but just with like, I had a very tough high school career in terms of injuries. After my freshman year, I had like a pretty bad wrist injury. I missed like my summer. And then fast forward to my sophomore year, I was having a good season, and then I got a stress fracture in my leg, missed almost the whole entire season. And then my junior year, for those of you who know, I ruptured my testicle, one of the worst injuries you could probably ever get. So pretty much 3 years of really bad injuries. And my junior year, how it worked was I wasn't able to talk to the West Point coaches for like 2 or 3 years just because of like recruiting rules. And when I got to my junior year, I was thinking about it, and I was like, you know what? Like, I committed at way too young of an age. I didn't really want to serve. I just knew it wasn't the school for me. So I decommitted, and this was just more adversity during the journey because I decommitted. None of the colleges had been looking at me because I had already been committed. And there was only one school that really gave me a chance, gave me money to come play there, and that was UMass Amherst. So I committed to UMass, and let me tell you, that was the best decision I had ever made in my life. I had never really thought that was the school I was going to go to, just because like I kind of wanted to get out of Mass, but I absolutely love the coaching staff, and I could tell they like genuinely believed in me. So I came back from that injury junior year, came back from my senior year, and our senior year was canceled because of the pandemic. So I hadn't played in like 3.5 years just because of all the injuries and everything. And I came back to UMass for my freshman year of college. I had trained all off season. It was now standing neutral grip, so we were taking face-off standing up. I got ready for that. I felt like locked in. I was so excited for my freshman year. And I broke my hand literally like 2 weeks before the season. So I tried playing through it, didn't work out well. I ended up redshirting my freshman year of college. At this point, I was like, oh my God, like I might just quit. Like maybe my body's not meant for this. Maybe I can't do it. And like, I know a lot of you guys probably have these same thoughts in your head when things aren't going well, but you have to trust the process. For me, I like just told myself that this was God's plan for me. Whether it was good or bad, I knew that He had a plan for me, and I stuck to that. So that summer, I had surgery on my wrist. I was really down bad, like upset. I felt like everything that I had worked for all over the years, I could never get on the field and be healthy. So I came back that summer, and I promised myself that I was literally going to sacrifice everything. I wasn't going to go party. I wasn't going to go hang out with friends. I wasn't going to go do any of this stuff. I literally went to the gym every single day, trained lacrosse every single day, my whole entire summer after that wrist injury. And I came back last year for my sophomore year of college, and this was the first year that I was actually healthy playing lacrosse. So I had my sophomore season. I had like the best season of my life. I ended up making like the all-rookie team, all-conference, all as a face-off guy. Like that stuff was cool, but the main thing for me was after all these years, I had always had my mind set on playing D1 lacrosse, like being a starter, like just proving to myself that all the hard work paid off, and it did. And it was literally one of the craziest feelings ever, just because like I remember being back in 7th grade, in 8th grade, like no one believed in me. I was literally about to quit like 2 or 3 times, all the injuries and all that stuff, all the people that had made fun of me when I was younger for saying I was going to do it. It kind of was just the best feeling ever, because I finally proved it to myself that I was able to do those things that I always thought I was. And then fast forward a little bit, I'm now in my junior season. As you guys know, we had a couple games, and I'm really just like living the dream, playing at my dream school. This was like a dream I had my whole entire life. And the reason why I wanted to make this video and share this story with you is not to sit here and brag about how I'm D1, but it was pretty much to tell you guys that you can be a public school kid, you can get cut from teams, you can go through injuries, you can get made fun of by kids, you can go through literally so many different types of adversity through the years, but the only thing that matters is, number one, that you believe in yourself, that you tell yourself in your mind that you're going to do this thing. And here's the thing. People always talk about like manifesting, saying something and just making it happen, but you need to put in the work. And I promise you guys, it doesn't matter if you're on a club team, you're on a public school team, you're on a private school team, you have money, you don't have money. If you work every single day, you stick to your craft, you stay disciplined, I'm telling you, whatever it is, it will end up being meant to be. Maybe it's not D1 lacrosse, maybe it's not D3 lacrosse, but I promise you guys, stay consistent. If you're going through a time right now where you're discouraged, unmotivated, you feel like nothing's working out, I promise you, if you stay consistent to yourself, you stay true to yourself, you keep working, everything will work out. So I just wanted to share this story with you for like a little bit of motivation, just because I feel like when I was in 7th grade, I was about to quit. I would have loved to hear someone that had a similar story to me, because I felt like every single story I ever heard was a kid that went to private school, was like really good, had a bunch of money, like could pay for all these camps, and that wasn't me. So I just kind of want to share the story with you guys. Even if you don't play lacrosse, whatever sport you play, I just hope that this message maybe can motivate you and show you guys that you can do the exact same thing. And guys, as I said, I'm going to be back posting on YouTube more. So if you haven't yet, hit the subscribe button. I love hopping on here and talking with you guys. So I hope you guys enjoyed the story. If you guys want to like share your situation or your story, like with what you're doing right now, drop it in the comments. I'll try to reply to as many of you as I possibly can, give as much advice as I possibly can. But I love every single one of you. I hope you have a blessed day, and I hope this story helped. Peace.